We are Stephen and Jill.
Together, we've been buying and reselling land since the 90s.
Our data-centric approach leaves our buyers asking, how can you sell it so cheap?
Here on the Land Academy Show,
We answer that and more. Steve and Jill here.
Happy Friday.
Welcome to the Land Academy Show, entertaining land investment talk. I'm Stephen Jack Buzzella.
And I am Jill DeWitt, broadcasting from sunny Scottsdale, Arizona.
Today is Jill Friday, and she talks about showing up for work, no matter where you work.
Mm-hmm.
Before we get into it, let's take a question posted by one of our members. On the landinvestors.com online community, it's free. If you're already a member, join us on Discord.
Land Academy member, that is. Yep. Kevin responds to this post, which says, called, Do Neighbor Letters Work? So here's, I guess this is the post?
Yeah.
Okay. Is this Kevin's thing or this the post and then
This is
comes
Kevin.
Kevin's thing? Okay.
Kevin, our awesome moderator in Discord.
So Kevin's saying, look, I have used neighbor letters with good success. I don't always use a neighbor letter, but I have sold several properties using neighbor letters. I don't call them the neighbors. I send letters. My letter is very brief. I offer the property at a good price and let the recipient know that I will be putting it on the market at a higher price. I include a large aerial view showing the parcel so that they know where it is in relation to their land. I have sold landlocked parcels and other vacant land this way. Good stuff. Just a good little tip. Is that what the point was?
I have an entire business operation where I only sell property to the neighbors. Neighbors' letters are awesome, and they're really, really inexpensive. Mm-hmm. What do you send out? Maybe 600 letters sometimes, maybe 300 letters.
God,
we buy a piece of property.
Maybe 100.
You buy a piece of property, you send out 100, 200, 300, maybe 500 letters to all the people who own property around there. That quite simply says, hey, I know you have property here, and I've got an off-market property. It's probably a lot less than you spent to buy the one that you have. And if you're interested, give me a call. I'll sell it to you off-market. Mm-hmm. We can get the deal done really easy. No financing, no real estate agents, none of that stuff. I just closed on it with escrow, so we can use the same agent. It's only going to take a few days.
Cool.
What's going on?
I don't know. You're just running. I'm just letting you go. It's easier.
Let's let Jill talk.
This is my goal in life. Just going to pick the easiest path, especially today.
Today is Jill Friday, and she's going to talk about showing up for work. This is the meat of the show.
Yes. Whatever you do, this kind of ties into what you talked about this week, which I thought was really interesting, the millionaire thing. Because you talked about having a plan. And I think for a lot of people, having a plan might involve a job. It might involve a W-2. It might involve a paycheck. And one of the things and I hope that you realize if that's your life and you have that job, you're getting a paycheck, that it can and should fit into your plan. You are still in control. You should be there because you want to be there. You picked it. You're not trapped. Trust me. I know this. It's really interesting too, that whole mindset. You brought that up earlier. I worked at a job. I started to fall into that. You can get a little brainwashed thinking that you're trapped somewhere and it's all good and you'll never find anything better because people tell you that. And it's really your coworkers around you that are just in a little trap and little hamster, wheel. And you think that this is, all that I can make. And so I was 17 years at a company doing that. And you don't have to do that. I left and I'm so glad I did. But while I left though, here's what I did. I did the best that I could while I planned my exit. This is my point number 2. So number 1 is you have control. You should be there knowing you have control and you can leave anytime. You picked this. Number 2 is do the best you can while you're planning your exit. Show up.
Yeah, show up. Exactly.
Be on time.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to get fired from this job, by the way. You want to look good. You still might learn some things from this. And you might take some people with you. I remember leaving a job one time where they're like, when it was the very last job before I left to do this full time with you. And I had several coworkers going, can I come work for you? It was really? So sweet. Yeah. They knew I was over here secretly doing other things and plotting and planning and stuff. I wasn't showing off in any way, but they could just kind of tell that I was half in, half out. But when I was there, I always hit my numbers. I always did a great job.
Me too.
I always showed up. I never, so, and it was sad because, you know, when I did leave too, they're like, oh, would you stay? And I'm like, I'm sorry, I can't, you know, because now at the point I'm making too much money over here. This is costing me money. I can't stay. They're like, okay, we get it.
Thank you for leaving your job, Jill.
Yeah, you're
By the
welcome.
way, if I haven't told you recently.
Do you know what's so funny about that? I've always been one of the people that when you leave a job and you put in your 2 weeks notice, there's people you're like, you know what? Like we've had employees like this. They put in their notice and they're like, you know what? You could go tomorrow. We're not doing anything here anyway. We will happily pay for the 2 weeks. Please don't come. Seriously. And I'm like, and that happens, I think more than half the time. I think that happens. I never got that. I put in my notice. They're like, okay, we got 10 days left with Jill. How can we maximize Jill's time? Okay, Jill, can you train this person over here? Can you do this over here? Make sure, here's how we want, you know, I'm like, they trusted me so much, which is really a compliment because, you know, and I like that. It was cool. So, and then my third point in this showing up for work and doing a good job, knowing you have a plan is, you know, someday this is going to be you running this company, you running this business. You want those people working for you too. You want to be that kind of person because I think you'll attract that kind of person. What would you like to add?
I just think if it's worth doing, you know, you just show up for it. If it's not, then don't. You know, I don't think that every job I've ever had, I either was going to take the company over myself or I was going to start my own company. So but while I was there learning, I always told myself, I'm here to learn. And when I stop learning, when I start being the smartest guy around, then you just need to leave. And ultimately, you know, I left. I'm by no stretch the smartest guy in the land companies at all. I'm pretty darn good at data and a few other things, but not anywhere close to how Jill performs. And never, with no hope of that ever happening. So, but I do show up for my part. And, you know, I think it's important to do the right thing and show up for stuff.
You're incredible at your part. That's the good news. We're together. We're a team to be reckoned with. Separately, you know, we could do it, but you're right. We wouldn't be as good or as effective. So.
And neither one of us are as good as most of our staff members at what they do. Like I've said this in the past. I've had every job here at all these land academy companies, and I've failed at every single one of them except the job I have now. And I've always replaced myself with somebody better.
That's a compliment. I think I like it when you were like, I found the right guy. I found someone smarter than me to do this. Some people are threatened by that. I'm not threatened by that.
No, neither am I.
I think it is really good. Think you went a little too far.
Oh.
That's okay. How about
join us next week? Oh, happy you could join us today. Sorry. I got a new teleprompter.
I
don't know how
we're
to
just
use
like,
it.
oh God, thank goodness it's Friday. Happy you could join us today. 5 days a week. You can find us right here on the Land Academy Show.
Join us next week for another interesting episode. You are not alone in your real estate ambition.
That's funny.
I love this teleprompter, though.
I know. I'm so glad that you do. Happy you're here with us today. By the way, if you need access to any sort of ownership or property details, including owner phone numbers and FEMA flood map overlays, please check out parcelfact.com or neighborscoop.com. Created by investors, that's us, for investors like you. We're Steve and Jill.
Information
and inspiration
to buy undervalued property.
We hope you found our content valuable and we appreciate your support. If you have not already, please check out our channel and hit the subscribe button.
And your comments and suggestions help us to create the content you're here for. Hitting the like button helps to support our channel's algorithm and gauge your interest for future shows.